So we have a very honored, distinguished, leading leader from our communities. I will say that gentleman is a national icon of the name by now. Everybody knows him. I'm going to introduce him, but he's joining this session in his personal capacity, Mr. Khizr Khan. At this time, I would like to invite you, who was recently appointed by President Biden as the Commissioner of International Religious Forum as well. Mr. Khizr Khan, thank you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. As my dear brother Kearney said, I'm joining you in my personal capacity, not as a
little bit here, put in a good screen view.
I want to have a good view of this handsome man.
I'm joining you in my personal capacity, so not to burden my host with the reporting requirements of the Commission recently appointed by President Biden to the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom. Coincidentally, before coming and joining, I was attending a Veterans Day ceremony today. And I'll share with you why I cite that ceremony. I was heartened to hear Professor Beverly Hill. My comments are a footnote to her comments about when she read a brief part of the Declaration of Independence. To me, that Declaration of Independence means equal dignity for all. It is with that in my heart that I stand before you. I stand in solidarity, President Siddiqui, with you, leaders among us, that we want equal dignity for Kashmiris. It has been long overdue. President Siddiqui, you mentioned in your comments about the State Department and its assessment of the situation in Kashmir and the role of India, that it is relevant that how atrocities in Kashmir upon Kashmiris are being evaluated in the United States. Let me share with you briefly, I know we are short of on time. The State Department in the United States recently published a scathing country report on India's and it states, significant human rights issues including unlawful and arbitrary killings, including extrajudicial killings perpetrated by police, torture, and cases of cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment or punishment by some police and prison officials, arbitrary arrest and detention by government authorities, harsh and life-threatening prison conditions, political prisoners or detainees in certain states, including Kashmir, restrictions on freedom of expression and the press, including violence, threats of violence, or unjustified arrests, or persecutions against journalists, use of criminal libel laws to prosecute social media speech, censorship, and site blocking, overly restrictive rules on non-governmental organizations, restrictions on political participation, widespread corruption at all levels in the government, lack of investigation and accountability for violence against women, tolerance of violations of religious freedom, crimes involving violence and discrimination targeting members of minority groups, including women, based on religious affiliation or social status, and forced and compulsory child labor, as well as bonded labor. These are the atrocities that are being committed and Kashmiris are subject to. In that backdrop, we state that the world community must stand for equal dignity for Kashmiris. It's long overdue. In my personal capacity, I stand before you, I stand in solidarity with the honorable leaders, with your statement, with your organization. Thank you very much.